Okay. And with that, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome. My name is Hendrik Deckers. I'm the Managing Director of CIONET International. It's my pleasure and my privilege to welcome you here in our web conference. For the next 2 hours, we're going to talk about open transformation. So in this edition of CIONEXT, we're going to take a deep dive into open transformation. So if you, whatever time zone that you're in, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, you're very welcome. Whatever country that you are in, you are very welcome. We are joined by people from around the planet in all different time zones. So this open transformation topic that we have selected is going to allow us to discuss many different aspects about transformation. And this edition of CIONEXT, by the way, is sponsored by Red Hat and Intel. And so Red Hat will be represented by Margaret Dawson, who joins us live on a very, very early morning in Seattle. So enjoy the show. We are also live streaming this on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on YouTube. So this is an open and a flipped conference. Open because it's open to the general public. CIONET members can, of course, join us in the chat as well. It is a flipped conference because we have been recording the different participants of this panel of today. So we will be joined today by Massimo Rosso, who is the CIO of RAI, and he works out of Torino. So he will be joining us. And I also want to point, if you have not watched the different videos that we've made, in the flipped conference, we first interview, we do a long 3/4 of an hour to an hour long deep dive, leadership deep dive interview with the panelists so that you can get to know who is going to join the panel. So Massimo Rosso, we've made a wonderful video of him. Ángel Valero joins us from Madrid. He's the corporate CIO of Telefónica. And so he will be with us as well. David Check is the CTO and CPO, Chief Product Officer and Chief Technology Officer of dunnhumby. So you can watch his interview on CIONET.tv. Unfortunately, this very early morning, he was called into an emergency board meeting. But the good news is he will be represented by Lee Hepplewhite, who is a chief architect of dunnhumby, and who will join us in the panel. Phil Jordan, you can watch his very interesting interview as well on CIONET.tv. He's the CIO of Sainsbury. Sainsbury's big retailer, of course. Unfortunately, we are fighting Brexit, or he has to handle Brexit, and there was a government meeting that he was called into. So we will bring him into discussion through a couple of clips from the video that we made with him. So mentally and through some clips, he's still present with us here today. And then from KBC, the CIO, Group CIO of KBC, is Rudi Peeters, who joins us from Brussels, or from Leuven here in Belgium. Last but not least, like I said, we are joined by Margaret Dawson. Also, her interview is available, and you can watch her explaining all the different aspects of open transformation, culture, and processes, and about leadership as well. So a very warm welcome to Margaret as well. On the agenda, we have made a small switch. So after that, we've all introduced ourselves. We're going to first talk about a transformation. What do we mean with open transformation? Let's define a couple of the keywords so that we're all talking about the same thing. And then we're going to talk about architecture first, so that Lee, who's going to be with us the first hour from dunnhumby, can join the conversation and explain how architecture is playing a role in dunnhumby, and we can compare that with the other companies. So architecture first. Then we'll go to open culture, to the people side, to processes, the way that we work, and then technology. So that's the different topics that we have prepared for you. So what I would like to start with is with a small round of introductions. and I'll go from the top left of my screen. Rudi, maybe if you could go first and introduce yourselves.
Yes, hello. My name is Rudi Peeters, calling from Belgium. It seems like the Eurovision Song Festival. The points for Belgium, please. I'm the CIO of KBC from 2011, and before I've had some other jobs like marketing and these kind of stuff. So I'm not a 100% pure IT guy, to be honest. So maybe the less technical one in the group, but I will try to do my best to catch up anyway and to bring some value in the discussions.
Rudi is a biologist of all trades, all things that, and Rudi was one of the first to introduce internet banking in, what was it, 96, 95?
1996, indeed, in Belgium.
The first internet bank was part of Rudi's work there as well. So very warm welcome, Rudi.
Thank you.
Ángel, if you could introduce yourself.
Hey, hello, everybody. Thank you, Hendrik, for having here. My name is Ángel Valero. I'm the corporative CIO of Telefónica Group. As you know, Telefónica Group we are more than 115,000 people around the world, more than 50 countries and 50 billions of revenues. So we have different cultures, different kind of transformations. And I joined Telefónica 7 years ago, just in the way of doing the digital transformation that we are doing here in Spain. And also, I am the CIO for VP for all the B2B business also in Telefónica.
Telefónica is an amazing large organization, and you are active in the UK, in Germany, in Spain, Latin America. Was it 120,000 people that work there?
Yes, more than 115,000 people across the world.
You are responsible for all the corporate functions, to support the corporate functions, and then for the B2B part of Spain. So very warm welcome, Ángel from Madrid. Massimo. Buongiorno, Massimo. How are you? If you could unmute, then you can join the conversation here.
Buongiorno, ciao. My name is Massimo. I am in Turin, in the north of Italy. RAI is the public television in Rome, but ICT department is in the north of Italy. I am theoretical physics, but to have a salary, I am a CIO in RAI, because it's not easy in my country to have a salary if you study theoretical physics. My love is quantum chromodynamics, but I manage IC architecture in my company. Please.
And a small note, if I'm not mistaken, Massimo, your wife also works at.
Yes.
Oh, it's a family
this
business.
Is another mistake in my life. I found my wife in my company, and maybe it's difficult to have a solution, because this, for me, this year is 30 years in RAI, all my life in this company.
Okay, thank you, Massimo. Yeah, Rudi has been more than 30 years at KBC. You're 30 years at RAI. We have very loyal people here in this panel here today. Lee, you're joining us from the UK. Where are you? And can you introduce yourselves, please?
Yes, Lee Hepplewhite, Chief Architect at dunnhumby. I'm in Cambridge in the UK, which we've recently relocated to. Largely to get my daughter in the right place, because much like Massimo, she actually wants to be a theoretical physicist. So she's keen to be at Cambridge doing theoretical physics. And we'll see whether that plays out in the same economic scale as Massimo's role. But it's really positive. She was really loving the environment. In my role at dunnhumby, I've been there probably less than a year, so unlike some of the other participants, but yeah, really interesting company. Large scale data analytics across the retail sector. Some really interesting challenges.
And so, of course, when at KBC, it's on Belgium scale the largest banking and insurance company. Telefónica, we all know the big brand, RAI, national television. We can all relate with these brands, but dunnhumby is a lesser known brand, I would say. And so, if I understand it correctly, Lee, basically what you do is in the organization is you analyze retail data for the big retailers, correct?
That's right. Yes, and there's drive insights into the business. But one of the core fundamentals of dunnhumby is that it is customer first, and by customer we mean our clients' customers. So we touch over 1 billion customers on a daily basis, trying to drive decisions which are much more customer centric.
And so you have a team that is spread all over different geographies as well, I understand, Lee? So
yeah, product.
Cambridge, right?
Yeah, so product and services business, originally very much a services business, but yeah, that means we've got people on the ground in lots of countries all over the globe.
Yep. And dunnhumby is, if I have it correctly, a part owned by Tesco, which is of course the number one or one of the biggest retailers in the UK, but you also work for quite a number of other retailers as well.
Yes, that's indeed.
Okay, so very warm welcome, Lee. And then Margaret, what's the time in Seattle now? 6 o'clock in the morning?
Well, the sun is not quite up yet. So yeah, it's around 6 a.m. and thank you. It's wonderful. I love this discussion of non-traditional people going into IT roles, because I think we could just talk about that. A physicist, a biologist. Hendrik, you and I have talked about, I actually came through journalism, which like physics also does not pay very well. So it's great that we all found a place in this digital technology world. I'm the Chief Digital Officer at Red Hat. I've been at Red Hat about 5.5 years, and previous to this role, I was on the products and technology side running our portfolio strategy, so how we brought our products together for customers. But one thing that's been consistent in my whole time there is I do a lot of work with customers all over the world and talk to them about their transformation, their goals, and how we can help them, whether it's architecturally or culturally. There's a lot of discussion. I know we're going to talk about this later today about this open culture, or how the culture is becoming more and more important as we try to use technology to provide customers great experiences. So I'm really looking forward to today, and I don't mind talking to all of you in the dark at all. I have my very large cup of coffee, as good Seattleites always do. So thank you.
Seattleites.
Seattleites, yes. What do you call people from Brussels? Brusselites? Brusselians? I don't know.
Brazilians.
Brazilians. That's good. I like that.
Okay, I see that we have many people joining this conference, so that's really, really good. We have our chat open now. There's one thing in the chat that you need to know. If you chat, by default, you would be chatting to the panelists. Please chat to everybody in the group, because otherwise only the people in this panel will see your chat. So please, if you're introduced yourself, start again, but introduce yourself to everybody in the chat. So to all, all panelists and attendees is who you want to chat with in the chat.